Hello everyone and welcome to this new Moon in Leo live broadcast. We are at a very important time because we have the Lion's Gate has closed on the 12th of August, and a new energy, a completely new energy is moving into our life. We've just gone through a big change related to this big pandemic disease, and this is a change that we are still living, but is a change that we haven't decided, but it just happened. And this change is really creating a big, huge transformation in our lives. And this new moon opens the door to a new beginning, because I explained also in the previous live broadcast the fact that 2020 is a year of death and new beginning, because 20 is the numerological value of the English word death, but also it's in esoteric numerology is the number of gestation and giving birth and creating a space for something new to come. So before normally I do start to talk about numbers, but this time I would like to focus to start with this broadcast in a different way, because I would like to focus on the Sabian symbol of this lunation, which is the luminescence of dawn in the eastern sky. So this symbolic, at the time of the new moon, we always have sun and the moon at the same degree. But the fact that so is also the time of planting the seed for something to come. And I also decided to do this broadcast a few days before the actual lunation, because it's a way to give you a support, something to really you could ponder on, in get ready and get prepared for this energy that we're going to have on the 19th of August. When we talk about the luminescence of dawn, we're talking about the fact that we are facing a new opportunity, a new energy at the threshold of a new cycle. And it's really, when we talk about the dawn, it's really the energy of Alpha, the Alpha and the Omega. So Alpha in the Hebrew letter relates to the letter Aleph. And Aleph the letter Aleph is made of a Vav with two Yods. So talking about heaven and earth joining together, creating a connection between heaven and earth through the inner voice. It's very important to listen to the inner voice, to the voice of the heart, and the letter Aleph says really this voice speaks to us all the time. And if we do that, we have the possibility of seeing rising, in the eastern sky, to see the sun rising in the eastern sky. And then we know that the dawn is the real beginning, is a new period of activity. Every time we start a new day, we start something new, And then what is really asked at this stage is to really meet this new beginning with pure heart and clear mind, which means really be completely open to what is going to come towards us, and also be clear mind means really don't think too much, just allow the mind to be impressed by the insight coming from above. And the east in the in the ancient tradition, in Old English, East means to shine. No? East means represented the beginning. That's the day of beginning, the awakening, the vision, the ascension. And the ancient world, it was really a point of orientation. So the Garden of Eden was placed in the east, and the entrance also was facing east. And Adam and Eve, when they left the garden, were sent out of the garden. They went east. So it is considered the place where God intervenes on behalf of his people, bringing them salvation, which means really bringing them back to wholeness, to oneness with themselves, with the whole, becoming one. Healing means really becoming a whole. So it talks about a great potential, unlimited potential that sits there ready to be revealed, and also in Hebrew, East means also the past. It comes from the root, a root of the word that also meant the past, because every time we live our life, in every moment, what we really meet is the past, because the past is in front of us. What we have here today facing is the result of the action of the past, and then behind that is the future. So what is really asking us is to gain a higher perspective, to look from a higher view everything that we do, and really think about the fact that whatever we think, whatever we do, however we act, is going to have a consequence in the future. So it's really which is the energy, what is behind the action, that our daily action, in the sense of what is really, why do we do what we do? Because most of the time we do things without really being aware of the reason hidden behind, the deep soul or ego reason, because ego always acts from a place of lack, while soul always acts from a place of love. So if we act upon survival, upon fear, that is what going to be manifested in the future. Even if when we did it, we didn't want to put fear, but the fact that we choose from a place of fear, from a place of anger, from a place of disappointment, from a place of lack of self-confidence, lack of self-worth, that's going to have an effect in the future. So Leo rules the heart and is really asking us to focus our action upon our heart. And the heart, it also rules the heart meridian, because when the heart meridian is strong, and when the heart is strong and steady, then it controls our emotion. It works. The heart pumps blood and supports the circulation and distribution of the blood throughout the body. And so our immune system gets very strong, and also our whole body gets, receives the life force. When our heart is weak, it means that also immediately our immune system will be weak, and also the heart rules the tongue. So when we want to see how the heart condition, we look at the tongue. It means also that we won't have the courage to speak from our heart and to live from our heart. So the heart dominates sleep. So when we don't sleep well, it means that our heart is not well. When we sleep deeply and really, and we have a very good sleep, it means that our heart is at peace. So what we really ask, this moon is asking us to check our way of sleeping, to check what we do, because the fact that we don't live in harmony with our heart means that we are also really betraying, denying ourselves. And bear in mind one thing, because people always think, oh, if I choose from the heart, I'm not going to really be rational, and I'm not going to make the right choice and so on. But what people don't know really is that the heart is the way through which the right brain communicates, because the heart brain is really mute. It cannot speak, and then it's expressed itself through the vagus nerve. It's connected to the heart and also to all the organs in the body, while the left brain is not. So when we choose from our rational aspect, for our logical mind, we don't really have a truly panoramic view of the whole situation, because that's what the right hemisphere has. And Einstein used to say that the right brain is the master and the left brain should be the servant. But actually what happened with our culture is that the servant has become the master, and the master has become the servant. So we don't really live our life fully. We always live our life when we choose our rational aspect. We live that life without giving full blood, energy to the heart, and therefore no energy to the immune system, no energy to the body, and then we don't have the life force. So the time of this new moon, we really ask to shine the light of our heart on what we do. We need to truly, most of the time we want to protect ourselves, our pride, our resistance. So it's a way to protect ourselves. Think about the fact that the heart is in the middle of the body, and just by opening your shoulder you already feel a weakness in the heart. Staying straight, remaining straight with your head straight. It means really to really have the courage to be open to life, to be express, what you really are and who you truly are. Bear in mind Richard's, lion's heart. Having the courage to be yourself, not to hide yourself. And most of the time we use our pride, you use our our personality to protect our heart, because we feel it is weak, it may be hurt. But this moon is really asking us to stand straight, and have the courage to speak and be ourselves, because the ruler of the heart is the sun. And what does the sun do? The sun helps us see the truth about who we are, and then really bringing that light to our inner shadow in the sense of everything that we have denied within ourselves, not being able to have the courage to be ourselves. And then remove, because this is what Leo is all about, all the hindrances that don't allow us to live fully from our heart. And then the North Node and the South Node, they're very important this time, because the North Node is in Gemini, 27 degrees Gemini, and the South Node is in Sagittarius. And the South Node is where we come from, our karma. But also what we need is our subconscious. We are asked to leave behind what it has been destroyed, all the ravages of time, all everything we have constructed, relax into what has happened, and start flowing with life, because life keeps flowing anyway. So keep flowing, go ahead, leave the past behind. And the North Node, which is really the liberation from the past, is this decision of leaving the past behind and coming the emergence of a new consciousness, because the saving symbol of this lunation will be through bankruptcy, society gives to an overburdened individual the opportunity to begin again. We need to be released from to leave behind all the unbearable pressure that we don't allow us to really do what we're meant to do. It's about freeing ourselves for a new task to do, which is the freeing ourselves for what we are meant to do in our life, you know. So we're really asked to decondition, you know, become objective, develop an objectivity and independence of mind, and decondition ourselves, you know, to prove ourselves, to stop. We have to normally, you know, every choice is completely dominated, influenced by our survival issue. We are asked really to conquer our survival animal nature that keeps us really connected to all the survival matters, and start acting from our heart. Because if every time we choose survival, we remain in survival, and the only thing that we are going to grow is just survival. So this lunation is about this opportunity at the threshold of a new beginning. Is about becoming aware that something moving behind the scene, taking us into towards a new direction, and we are really offered the opportunity to be born again by following this sense of feeling and intuition that we hold within. And we have to stop protecting our little garden, the old ego garden, because the ego always lives in a sense of lack and lives in the mind, while the soul lives from the heart, and it has a completely different view. So return to your body, return to yourself. This is what the lunation is asking. And then focus your attention on developing a new understanding, because this lunation will create, this moon and sun and moon will have, you know, sun and new moon is planting a seed of a new beginning. So it creates a beautiful trine with Lilith. And the symbol of Lilith is related to a pregnant woman in a light summer dress, which is about really realization of inner fulfillment. We are asked to take a new step of evolution. There is a possibility of evolution, of a change. There's supposed to be open to a new energy of being reborn, because at this time of crisis, of evolutionary crisis for humanity, we are really asked to take part into the service of the race. So that, which means offering us the possibility to take on our place in the world, to play our role in the world through the gift that we have and the talents that we hold and that we carry with us. So instead of holding on to what we couldn't be, or we couldn't have done, or we shouldn't have done, the courage of Leo is about the courage of following your heart. Leo in the tarot card relates to strength. And then is not about the others. We don't go ahead because we have to be recognized by others, but we need to recognize our linear light. And we will make mistakes, then no problem. But the courage to be, the courage to live. And it's about, you know, Leo is about love, following the love, the inner love for yourself, loving yourself again, is the big shifting point that this lunation is offering us. And only those who really accept this challenge can really move into a new energy. But if we stay anchored, you know, trapped in the past, we won't go anywhere. So I would like to invite you to really focus on what is essential for you, essential in your heart, not in your mind, and ponder, you know, because the new moon will be at 2:42 universal time, which means the time of Greenwich AM. So it depends where you are in the world. Look at your time. And then at that time, really, up to that time, really ponder, reflect, meditate on what you did, all the identification you need to let go in order to really trust yourself. And also the fact that sometimes we think that the path towards ourself has no obstacle, but that's not true. Even 𝗂𝗏𝗙𝗢 was saying it is, every time we find an obstacle, is actually the ego putting it there, asking us whether we really have the strength and the courage to go ahead. And there is always a sort of an ego craving behind the obstacle. So we really need to learn to look at it and find, and having the courage to go ahead and pursue what we really feel true. Because as Tolle says, at a certain point, when it's your mission, when you're really doing what your heart is asking you to do, something, the power, the power will enter, and you will be empowered by a very strong life force, a very strong energy. So please ponder on that, and up to the 19th of August, ponder what you really choose to plant, but from your heart. And because it doesn't matter if you're going to act immediately upon it, is that choice that you're going to plant that has to be really nurtured and watered, water the true garden of your heart, and then everything will start blossoming. Because it's a possibility, it's a promise if you choose that one. If you don't, you let it go, and then we choose. What has to unfold will unfold. So sending you my blessing, and then sending you much love, and wishing you a wonderful new moon in Leo, the possibility of loving yourself again deeply. Bye bye.